No more fear of missing out. CVMTV News is on YouTube. Get up-to-date news, sports, and business content at CVMTV News anytime, anywhere. Subscribe now to CVMTV News to see it happen.
Rocky Robin.
Hey.
Bring us into a wonderful, beautiful Thursday morning. Good morning. How are you?
Did you just say a beautiful?
Wonderful. It's wonderful. It's beautiful.
I love that.
Beautiful Thursday. Dads are most ordinary men turned by love into heroes, adventurers, storytellers, and singers of songs. That is a quote from Pam Brown.
I love that.
Yeah?
I love that.
And that's what you should be.
I love that.
That is what you should be to your children.
Let me tell you something. I love dads.
Yeah.
Fathers just have a special, I guess because, you know, I have an amazing father.
And you have an amazing relationship with your father.
This is true.
That is important.
This is true.
Yeah?
And
like
so
I heard you call him the other morning and you pick up and he answered and you're like, Basil Dawkins, what are you up to? And I was like, I like it.
Me and my daddy pretty cool. And so I know the impact that has. And so for the men out there who are dads, fathers, you know, present, supportive, and there's so many of them, and then don't get to know big up. Everybody always say, man a this or man a that. It's not true. There's some excellent fathers out there. Big up on yourself.
And what I love is the fact that there are so many more role models. Like I always say, I can't help when I grew up. You know, I went to high school in the 90s, and at that time, every Father's Day was just negative on the dads, and I always said, like, if I ever get the chance, I'm going to go positive on the dads, like really positive. Highlight the ones that are good. Focus on what you want, and you'll get more of that. Because if you focus on the negative, you will get more of that. Tikimus Maximus Meridius, welcome. How are ya?
Yo, I don't know how you do it. Every morning
Sorry,
it's something new.
I don't think about it before.
It just comes.
Whatever.
It's the brilliance that is Dennis. You see what I get to work with, everyone? The brilliance that is Dennis.
You're too good.
I wonder what's happening with our YouTube livers. Those of you watching online at Sunrise CVM on YouTube, how are you doing?
Festive.
Great morning.
It's festive, and I think it's about to be even more festive.
We're going to check it in the break and see what they're talking about in the comments. Great morning to you, YouTube. But let's jump into the headlines. I know this one had a few people talking yesterday. Let's jump into it. Just a few, you know what I mean? MP Rhoda Crawford shuts down rumors of romance with Prime Minister Holness. So Central Manchester Member of Parliament Rhoda Crawford has denied rumors suggesting she has been romantically involved with Prime Minister Andrew Holness. The rumors have been circulating widely, causing a significant stir in political circles and among the public. But the MP sought to clear her name during a radio interview yesterday.
All right.
That was in the news yesterday.
Yeah, well, several things. The headline says that she shut down rumors. No, she's moved to shut down rumors. You can't say that she shut down rumors because you can't establish that the rumors are now shut down. She's sought to shut down rumors.
Fair enough.
And the truth is that sometimes when you speak about these things, you only cause them to soar even more.
Fire.
You know, her advice. I've had several conversations about this since yesterday. Persons may say it was a bad decision to have the conversation. I would, if I was advising, I would have advised not. But as I said to some people, you don't know what it's like when people are saying things about you that you believe are untrue and hurtful. And I use the example, if a wild rumor is circulating at CVM, within CVM, and it's the biggest thing in CVM about TK Dawkins, that is infinitesimally smaller. You have no idea what it is like to be a public figure and have wild rumors circulating about you. So in the moment, I think she was overcome by emotion. It get to her now, and she just talked about it.
Everybody and them auntie want come America. obviously there are issues there to unpack, and you know, when it comes on to the argument of immigration, a whole heap of things we have to talk about. So I'm not even going to waste your time this morning, Sunrisers. We're going to jump right into it. Today on Foreign Exchange, we're talking to Georgia in Georgia. We're talking to our own immigration lawyer here in the state of Georgia in the United States. Good morning, Georgia.
Good morning, good morning.
Welcome to Sunrise and welcome to Foreign Exchange. Tell us a bit about yourself, give us some background and basically set the stage for the conversation that we're about to have.
Okay, thank you for having me first of all. So my name is Georgia Lawrence. I'm an immigration attorney based in Atlanta, Georgia. I also practice federal employment, but we're talking about immigration today. So there are a lot of issues to unpack when it comes to Jamaicans and the immigration system. I primarily focus on family-based and some employment-based immigration.
Great, congratulations.
Thank you.
You've done well for yourself and for us as a country, we are proud of you.
Thank you.
Now to the meat of the matter. There are a lot of things that we can talk about, but I really want to use this segment to focus on those issues that you see primarily coming up when, as it relates to Jamaicans and the immigration story. Let's talk about that. What are some of those common issues that you have to navigate or help people navigate?
So the three most common that I see with my Jamaicans, it has to do with asylums, those coming across the border, marriage-based adjustment of status, so that is when you are married and you're trying to get your green card in the United States, and also vow.
House can skate on the toll. Home ownership versus vehicle ownership. Exploring the viral phrase which reflects a growing sentiment that a vehicle might actually be more beneficial than owning a home. Carlton! You get to go by house can skate on the toll.
So this has been a long-standing issue or an area of conversation for a little while.
Yeah.
But in recent times, a little bit more controversial because it's now in social media spaces a little bit more.
Yeah.
But which is right? And there's no right answer. And I ask both of you at the end of class, what do you think is more beneficial?
Gotcha.
But my thoughts, the reality is both of these things are assets. And that is just to get some myths out of the way. Car is an asset, house is an asset. Let's look at them individually this morning. Number one, house tends to be an appreciating asset. So it generally goes up in value. Compared to a car, which is also an asset, but it tends to depreciate in value. So it's a depreciating asset. Cars will lose about 11% to 15% in value once you drive it off the lot, and generally about a 7 to 11% again in value every year, depending on how you treat your car, how you carry your car, etc. On the flip side, though, houses generally tend to increase in assets in value, as I mentioned earlier. Over the last 10 years, real estate in Jamaica has appreciated between 28 to 52% in value. So, for example, apartments have increased in value by 28%. And townhouses and homes about 52%. So obviously this makes more financial sense at this time because of how it is that it is appreciating in value. Look at it now. As you repay a house, generally you get more equity in the transaction. You have more equity in the house to do other things. So think about that. House also is a potential long-term investment. So it depends on where you are in life and you know what you want to achieve. Number four, it's also a long-term commitment. So are you ready for a long-term commitment? A 30-year mortgage, sometimes a 20-year mortgage? Ask yourself those questions.
Our days get a little complex sometimes. Often so many things make sense, yet so many do not. We are being intentional about giving prominence to the big stories in order to clarify and enlighten. Lead Story explains who, what, when, where, why, and how. Lead Story with George Davis, weekdays at 6:30 p.m. on CVMTV.
take on it is that insurance on a whole is necessary if you're in the business of creating wealth. Certainly, insurance provides that peace of mind. That's ideally what it does. So once it is that whether you own the home, you rent the home, you're catching in the home, preferably own or rent,
right.
It is encouraged that you protect the asset, whether it is the actual block and steel and or the things inside of it.
Rachel, how do I know what home insurance is right for me? It's my first home. What if I have a townhome versus an apartment versus my big mansion? You know what I mean? Speaking it into being. How do I know?
I mean, certainly, standardly, the policy covers the building primarily and or the things inside of it, such as the content and or your all-risk items like your watch, your phone, etc. So it doesn't really matter if it's large, small, right? It's really just about the construction that it's rated and how we price it. But at the same time, whatever it is you come with as a building and a home, we'll definitely cover you.
One of the things that I'm always curious about is that from where you sit at BCIC, you assess threats very differently than someone else who's not a trained eye or seasoned. You guys know this is what you do every day. When you look at the threats to a home, what are the things that you are looking at? Because I think maybe, hurricane season, but there are other things to think about.
Certainly. So I mentioned the construction. So what it is that the property is made up of, the location, where it is situated. You have some areas that are more flood prone versus not. What it is, so you mentioned a townhouse in terms of are the buildings connected or not, like an apartment, how is there shared walls. So there are different risk factors that we look at when pricing.
Because somebody else's liability can be now transferred to me.
Certainly.
And we're talking heavily about, it's a hurricane season and hurricane insurance and things like that, but there are other things. So like, do I get protection from, say, suppose I'm robbed or suppose, you know what I mean? What else is there as well?
So that's a benefit, I should say. Your home policy, once you take it out with us, it extends to cover you for things like if you're held up and you lose your money, and or if it is that, you happen to lose, like your content is damaged. Certainly the policy extends to cover things like that. Alternate accommodation, God forbid the catastrophe comes and you're wiped out and you need somewhere to stay. The policy will step in place for that.
Well, the GATFest is a great opportunity for us to show the diversity in Colombia. You have like in the Caribbean coast, you have African descent people. In the mainland, you have mixed color people, and in my archipelago, you have Jamaican descent people.
Yes.
So we will talk for Ipatwa when we're ready, and we have our connection, our tie. So our interest is like to show the different Colombia that you can explore and experiment through the films.
Now, tell us, Ike, about the film that is being premiered, because I've heard some interesting things about it.
Sounds fascinating.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, Remembering Tomorrow really delves into dementia and the caregivers, what they have to go through whilst looking after persons with dementia. It's a very poignant documentary, and I think it's something that we need, especially in Jamaica as well as the wider Caribbean, just to bring awareness to dementia, because it's now on the rise, especially in the Caribbean.
And I know that it's being played at the ruins of UWI as well.
Right,
That's going to be the premiere, am I right?
Right, so every year GATFest always has a premiere, and just to kick off the occasion, and this year, yes, it's at the ruins on campus.
That's beautiful.
How easy or difficult was it to take on this issue of dementia?
Well, we were approached by a carer, Shauna Kay. Her mum has dementia, and she approached us and asked us to do something, because, we're in film, as well as we have GATFest, we also teach TV and video film production to at-risk communities. So she had approached us and asked us if we were interested, and of course we said yes. So during the process of filming, we decided that this film could actually be a great premiere for GATFest.
All right, this is a kitchen sink. This is one of the main leaks that you can have. So now, Everton, I'm going to demonstrate to you and show you how to check your leaks and how to repair your
check.
leak. Yes.
All right.
All right.
Yes, talk to me. I want to hear this.
All right. So while we do that, so definitely Everton is gonna do that, because I mean the water bill, it might not seem like a big deal at first,
and then thinking it's a little bit of water.
And you're in bed at night and you hear that drip. And you don't know how costly that sound is. Yeah? So tell us how to check, Everton. I mean, what are some of the things that we need to be looking out for?
So for example, we have a O-ring here. Carry a washer inside.
Yes.
Time to time. It drips here. So you pull this.
And this is something anybody can do? It's because that is the thing, you know. If you're not a plumber, if you don't know much about these things, you just so I'll leave it alone. Come on, Brocky. Okay, all right, that's the thing. Because, but me don't want you to charge me a whole heap of money just for come look at the thing, because me no know. And then when you come, you realize I want simple something, but you charge me.
So you pull this.
Yeah?
So you pull this.
Oh, and then you realize that the
O-ring.
It's break.
The what? Wait, name?
O-ring.
The what?
O-ring. O-ring.
The O-ring.
Ring.
O-ring.
Oh, I heard something else. Okay, continue.
All right. And then now these are the washers that can also damage.
Oh, the washers can be damaged, like it bursts and...
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me ask you a question now. Me, regular, no know anything about this. When I take off this, which is a blessing if I do, but let's say I do, I will be able to just look and see that this is broken, or there's an obvious...
What I want to do, I'm now seeing what it looks like when it's good.
It has one slit, you would see more than one.
So if it crack up, that can cause a leak.
And this now, you look on the wall and you could look on it, the rubber.
Let's get a close up. Let's get a close up here. So they're supposed to have one split right here.
Yes.
Right.
But if you're all round here, so you see split and here, so then you have a problem. You might have an expensive leak.
Hi, I'm Wayne.
And I'm Tami.
And we are the Mitchells. You can watch Meet the Mitchells right here on CVMTV every Wednesday at 8 p.m.
Yes, you guys don't want to miss it. We will be having new episodes every week, so definitely follow along with our family.
Meet the Mitchell family.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
You're the sugar to my tea. Meet the Mitchell family.
So this summer camp was designed for 5 to 13-year-olds who want to be in aviation or don't want to be in aviation but want to do something different for the summer.
Yes.
So anybody who may think that they may want to explore what aviation is like or the fields around aviation.
So we talked about the activities, but how do you have activities for 5 to 13-year-olds? What are those activities like?
I got a lot of flack for that. I did.
How does that work?
Because they're like, we don't have the capacity for young children. But actually, I find that 5-year-olds, my son, he's 4, and he's already into the simulator, he's already into aviation, and maybe because his father is a pilot, but he's into it.
Yeah, you see, that's the thing, because we see a lot of children on career day in their pilot uniform or whatever. So I'm saying, how can we take that initial interest and give them a little bit of exposure for them to feel out, is this my thing?
And that's exactly what Captain Altitude Aviation Summer Camp is about.
Yes.
So we want to spark that interest. We want to create the next generation of aviators, technicians, engineers, that kind of thing. And we do it through STEM education, a STEM curriculum.
How do you merge aviation and STEM? How does that work?
There's no need for merge, it's the same.
Exactly.
Everything in STEM is a part of aviation. Science, technology, engineering, math, aviation, aircraft. I mean, aircraft couldn't fly without technology, nor the engineering that it is. So merging it is simply just what it is. You know, we bring them in. What Captain Altitude has managed to do, where we don't have the capacity, is to make it fun and creative for 5 years all the way to 13, and then 14 to 18, we take them over, we bring them into our Happy program at the Aeronautical School of the West Indies, and then we make them into pilots, and then they could move on to their career as being an airline pilot.
How long is the program, the summer camp?
So the summer camp is 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
July 8th to 15. And it's at the Creative Kids Learning Academy that already has a great STEM program in their curriculum on a regular basis. So we're so happy for their partnership. We've also partnered with Digicel Foundation, JPS Foundation. I'm forgetting somebody.
Aeronautical School.
Aeronautical School, of course. And the Tourism Enhancement Fund and the Jamaica Tourism Development Initiative.
Wow. So Gianna, you wrote, this is your first book.
Yes, it is.
And tell me just a little bit about your book, Learn to Use Your Wings. What's it about?
Okay, so Learn to Use Your Wings is a motivational book that inspires others to discover what their talents and wings are, wings meaning talents and gifts, and to use them for the glory of God and to make others' lives and their life better.
I like that. I like that.
I just love it. So what inspired you to do this book?
So my mother had a dream one night and she told us the following morning. The dream was that she was in heaven seeing everyone flying and having fun, but she wasn't. So she asked the angel why, and the angel said you just have to learn to use your wings.
And then so why she never write the book? Why did that inspire you to write the book?
Because she recently wrote her first book during that period, so she was very tired. So I decided to take it up on my own hands.
So Gianna, how did you write the book? So you have this, your mom got this dream, and you decided now to turn it into a book. But how did you actually write the book?
So I just went on my tablet, go on Google Docs, and just tried to write down my ideas and everything. And Mommy and Daddy just helped me to put them together and organize it.
What did you find out about yourself? Like, you know, because you're encouraging other people to find about their talents. I guess you found out that you're a pretty good writer, for instance.
Yes,
what else did you find out about
I
yourself?
found out that I'm very good at public speaking, that I can run very well, dance very well.
Yes,
I can sing.
I saw the pictures of you dancing, yes.
It's in the book.
Right.
So Gianna, who is this book for? Would you say it's for people in prep or primary school, high school, everybody? What age group would you say it's for?
I would say it's for everyone, because my editor had started a book, but he paused, and after editing my book, he got inspired to finish his.
Look at that. And a little child shall lead them.
Really?
Look at that.
That's awesome.
It is actually going to be 10 years old in November of
Time really flies.
Where are you located?
Shop 2 Central Plaza.
Yes.
We're featuring men, but the store caters to whom?
Male and female.
Okay.
So we carry very high fashion, avant-garde, unique pieces. I mean, if you're going somewhere that you want to represent, you need to check us out.
So it's not necessarily if I want to get something for work or I want to get, it's more so I want to go and make a statement somewhere.
Yeah, statement pieces. And we also carry work pieces, casual, you know, classy.
Let us now see, for the first time anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, the men of Sunrise are going to be modeling. Up first, we have Taj, aka Taj Mahal. Yeah, and he's in. Describe to me this shirt that he's wearing.
Well, he's wearing a Versace silk print.
Oh, nice.
And
up next is the one and only Cup Soup Boss.
With the cup soup in hand.
With the cup soup.
You know, I cannot with him. What's he wearing?
He's doing a Burberry short set with a Gucci hat. I'm not sure if, we mixed
Again, where is he wearing this to? So we have an idea.
He can wear this to a brunch.
I would have beat this to Sunfest coming up. A brunch, a breakfast party.
A breakfast party, a beach party.
Beach party,
a beach party,
Hey, you're not getting that money, you know. You will leave it right there.
Right there.
And next person up is Paul.
All right, Pablo is stepping in now. Pablo, a.k.a. Escobar, from right down to the clocks, him have it neat. This is a more dressy occasion.
Yeah, this is an occasion for a wedding. This is I would say a wedding look, because The artists, them naga really, this is too formal for an artist.
Yeah.
But we carry the bling bling and the stone jacket. I'm not sure.
Christopher Martin and wear this on stage, and then of course he's gonna lose the jacket after about 15 minutes, and then the vest 30 minutes into the show, and then he's gonna just lose everything.
Looking dapper.
Yeah.
I'm Celine Gordon, host of Holy Road.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your boy John Mark Wigan, host on the show Holy Road. Listen, people need to know what's happening in the churches and in ministry in all of Jamaica. It's an absolute blessing. We're really excited to share this.
Tune in to CVM See It Happen.
Welcome back to the round table this morning. The topic is life seasons, accepting shifts and changes. That was one of my favorite quotes from Dolly Parton. We cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails. It's now time for our final thoughts. I actually wanted to touch on that one because, you know, being a breast cancer survivor and also having Lee-Fromeny syndrome, which makes me susceptible to other cancers, it really, for somebody who loves to control things, it really takes the control out of life, and you just have to accept change. You just, from the moment you're diagnosed to treatment and everything, you have to just kind of roll with a different, you know, and that was definitely a different season of my life. And so you just have to roll with the punches and make the best out of it. So that, I think that could also roll up to be my final thoughts. Yours, Barbie?
I definitely commend you on that one because it is accepting. Sometimes everybody wants to fight, right? Yeah. But sometimes the best fight that you can give is to accept the space that you're in, and that's the best way to fight sometimes. So I think that change is definitely something that we can never control. It's always going to happen no matter what we do. It's not just about change. I like to tell my mentees, it's not about change, it's about growth, right? So don't focus so much on changing who you are or what's happening around you. Focus more on how you are growing through or in something.
So
that's
true.
happening.
So true.
My final thought, I guess, is one of the ways that I navigate change, because sometimes I'm kind of a little control freakish as well, just a little.
Yeah, and you're a little control. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And so one of the things that helps me to get through that is to just know that everything that's happening is happening for my good. I tell myself that every single day. And so when I'm going through something and I'm like, I hate this, I want it to stop. I remind myself that everything that is happening, no matter how it feels in the moment, it's happening for my good. And I have found that that has been absolutely true in times of, you know, losing friendships, losing relationships, gaining friendships, gaining relationships, whatever it has been, new jobs, new